1N and Roman I, it is unconstitutional for you to demand that someone be prosecuted for that which does not constitute law. By a decision which was made by the Honorable Justice Ojwang in the case of Republic versus Minister for Transport and others in 2005, on 4th of March 2005, Justice Ojwang, as he then was in the High Court, ordered the then Minister for Transport, Honorable Michuki, now deceased, that he should regularize those rules in Legal Notice 161 of 2003. The truth of the matter is that those were not regularized. And so, by the 5th of September 2005, they have collapsed. They are not law. So no one should be compelled to comply with them. But even more alarming is the fact that Section 102, subsection 2 of the Traffic Act demands that only taxicabs should be painted with a continuous yellow line. So how the minister in charge of transport, how the NTSA, how the Inspector General of the National Police Service, or how any traffic officer should demand that PSVs be painted with a continuous yellow line beats logic. These are people who are all violating the law, they themselves. In Article 10(2)(a) of our Constitution, the principle of the rule of law binds all state officers, including these police officers, to abide by what is actually the law. You do not have a roadside declaration assuming the position of law merely because it's coming from the mouths of a state officer. So the paradox of it is that we have the same Section 102, subsection 2 of the Traffic Act demanding that all taxi cabs to be painted with a continuous yellow line. It's not an option. You cannot have a taxi cab operating without a yellow line. But that is not being enforced. That law was passed by Parliament way back in 1984. It is not something that has come up now. It is not a new demand. So you even wonder why the NTSA would license any single taxi cab to operate as a taxi cab without complying with that law. We have also contested the issue of the NTSA failing to renew the licenses of subsisting 14-seater PSVs. Now, sometime back in the year 2014, Legal Notice 179 was published by the NTSA, in which the NTSA stated that come January 1st, 2016, they will no longer issue PSV licenses for any PSV having carrying capacity below 25 passengers. Now, that particular rule has not been enforced ever since. His Excellency the President issued a declaration saying that all 14-seater PSV vans should henceforth be licensed. So what has changed now? What has changed? How can you issue a PSV license to someone employing people expecting to stay employed and to earn a livelihood? You wake up one morning and you tell them, we no longer will license you. And you ask, but you licensed me yesterday. You gave me this operating license. I have been using this license as a means by which I earn my livelihood, and I have employed these people. Where do you expect these people to go? Where do you expect them to take their 14-seater vans? If you wake up one morning and you say that, well, you will no longer operate. We cannot have roadside declarations. We cannot have boardroom declarations that supersede what the law has established. Now, if you say, by your own conduct, that this demand has been suspended, and you cause people to invest colossal sums of money. We're not talking about 10 shillings or 100 shillings. We're talking about colossal sums of money. And you have 34,000 or 38,000 14-seater PSVs operating in this country, employing over 250,000 people. Where do you expect those people to go tomorrow?